Hey guys, hope you're having a great day as well as a great life. We're back at Freedom Shack.
Back in the Freedom Shack. I didn't realize
Rhymes,
that rhymed
baby.
until literally right now. That's crazy. We've definitely said it like hundreds and
It's
hundreds
because
of
of
times.
tone. It's always like we're back, and it's like in the Freedom. I don't know. I think the way we say it, it's usually brings
We'll
the
have to go
tone
back and
down,
look.
gets a little lower pitch.
Either way, really impressed by your rhyming skills. You should be a poet.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah. So we're back really quickly with the Stooges. Now, we hit Iggy Pop because we were asked to hit some of his solo stuff.
Yep.
And overwhelmingly, all of you guys were like, you got to hit the Stooges. Like, that's kind of how we got big, like the Stooges.
And this is 1969, baby. I Want to Be Your Dog. I feel like it's just going to be sick.
Yeah.
Almost
excited.
anything in that year range, like 67 to 69, I don't know why. It just hits different than early 70s stuff.
Also, really cool title. So just excited in general. So, yeah, man.
And all right, guys, real talk. Before we get into it, if you have not hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do so. We would absolutely love for you to do it. It helps the channel out a bunch, but even more important than that, it helps us build the channel and the community to a point where we can share the music with as many people as possible, specifically in our generation, keeping that rock and roll torch lit. It's our responsibility, and we got to build this thing up together.
So just like Andy said, if sharing this music with our generation is something that's important to you, as it is for us, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. It's totally free to do. And more importantly, it helps support great music. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay. Christmas bells?
Oh, yeah.
So messed up, I want you here. In my room, I want you here. Now we're gonna be face to face. And I'll lay right down in my favorite place. And now I wanna be your dog. And now I wanna be your dog. And now I wanna be your dog.
Is that Keys?
I think so.
Well, come on. Now I'm ready to close my eyes. But now I'm ready to close my mind. And now I'm ready to feel your hand. To lose my heart on the burning sand. And now I wanna be your dog. And now I wanna be your dog. And now I wanna be your dog. Well, come on. Woo.
Dang. All right. Ready?
Baby, let's go. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, A. Okay.
Solid song.
I was really
Solid
worried
song.
you were going to go A+. Not worried. I thought you might go A+.
Yeah.
And I was worried I might go A+.
I think to somebody who probably was there, it's probably A+ or maybe even S for them.
Yeah.
But given this context, like looking back, I think it's solid, strong A.
Yeah.
It's all about attitude, building the atmosphere with like how the song started, how they went into the groove and stuff. I think it's just like a very vibey song.
Very vibey. Again, I mentioned the Christmas bells. That's maybe the only example of me hearing Christmas bells in any song that didn't make it feel Christmassy. Because it's so easy, because it's so iconic of an instrument, like a percussive instrument for that style of music, that the fact that they used it in a way that made it feel dark and moody and like eerie was so impressive to me.
It's like they were able to redefine what that sound could do in terms of building an atmosphere, but like real time.
Yeah.
Because like going into the song, that's always been like, it almost like could be like a ruiner for so many songs, just given like how we know it, the context of it. But here, within like 3 bars of it being there, no longer was even thinking about it in terms of Christmas at all.
Yeah, not at all. And the guitar work was immaculate. I loved the riff that he was playing. I loved the separation and everything. The drums were going nuts. The bass tone really was. I loved how thumpy it was and like how articulate the bass was. In contrast to how muddy and like dirty and fuzzy the guitar was, because there's a great marriage of the two. You felt like some movement with the guitar, and you felt the articulation with the bass. It just overall flowed really well.
Yeah, and having the guitar in the left and the bass in the right, at first I was a tad worried that it might feel like clunky or like off balance, but it really didn't at all. I think the drums helped that be that way, but very, very good in terms of vibe. It feels like it represented like a generation, or like maybe not a generation, but like a culture of that generation.
Yeah.
You know, like what people were feeling at that time in terms of attitude.
Yeah, and even adding the keys in the left I thought was really cool too.
Yeah, it's like very like, at first I couldn't tell if it was keys or not.
Yeah,
And
I think it also just added to that articulate part of it, because like if you didn't have that, it's harder to feel the hits of the guitar.
Yeah, like punching that high note to like emphasize that the guitar is also there, but it's really just locking it in. Like, no, we're reaching up here.
Yeah, and the only thing that I didn't totally, well, for one, what I loved his voice for one, Iggy Pop, I guess. His charisma was really there. I loved how laid back he was in the track. He's like, now I wanna be your dog. Like, it was just very matter of fact, almost stated, barely even sung, kinda. And the only thing I wish there was a little more of was Build, especially at the end. I wish he would have done more of those ad libs, because I wanted to hear him like, like say some things, like, I don't know, like give some emphasis.
Imagine like by the end, he's like, come on.
Yeah.
Kind of like go just like escalating what he's already doing, not changing anything, but just the dynamics. I think that would have been cool too.
I wonder if he does it live. That seems like something you might do live, and for some reason they didn't do it in the studio.
Maybe he felt like artistically, like that would have been the easy way out. Maybe into building. It's like anybody like would think like, oh yeah, intuitively let's build it up, you know, like rock and roll. But almost like it feels kind of like mature in a way of like holding it back. Like, no, like that. This is
you know
all
what
it
else,
is.
dude?
This is all it
Let's
is.
tie it back to the Monday video, because in the song we did from him solo, we felt, at least me, I felt the exact same way.
I remember that. Yep.
And it seems that this is just kind of his style, is to just like do like a droning kind of song, and droning not in a bad way, just something that like hits the pace and stays that fucking pace the whole time.
Yeah.
So
would be cool, but yeah, definitely just stylistic choice. I think at this point kind of reminds me of the Velvet Underground, the one song we heard a little bit. Just even his voice. It's not the same guy, right? I don't think so. But their voices are very similar, and just like the attitude.
We gotta hit them again soon.
Like waiting for my man. Like very similar vibes, but very cool. Definitely let us know what else we should check out from him, or also like other artists that were doing similar things as this. I don't know if it's bad to pair him with the Velvet Underground. We've only heard one song, but it kind of reminds me of that. But just other artists that were doing just that kind of same thing.
Yeah.
Because very interesting. But yeah.
And with that being said, we'll catch you on Friday.
Peace.
All right, guys, you know the deal. If you want to catch more of us, there's going to be a recommended video right here. And if you want to catch more of us unreleased, the stuff that we can't put on YouTube because of copyright restrictions, go on Patreon. Hundreds of reactions, albums, tons of stuff on there for you, even movies. We'll see you less than a cup of coffee. Head there.